Welcome back, my gardening friends, to the jobs for March, and one of those jobs will be sowing seeds. This is my box. I've sorted all the seeds out into different months, successional sowing, move the seeds forward. So we've got the seeds that we got from Thompson and Morgan for them using my videos in their blog. We've got some giant tomatoes, and then we've got some of the Oregon sugar snap peas from Kelly, and then Bill and Val's Kent Blue peas and the Knee Plus Ultra. I'll do another sowing of the Mammoth Grey. That's Olivia, my granddaughter, picked that radish, so we'll finish that one off. And then we've got the Pongos from Bill and Val. Off to the next cassette. So I've got some Calabrese there, the Brussels sprouts, Crispus F1. These are a lot of these seeds that Alan from the Dawn Chorus plot sent me. So there's my graffiti F1, the purple cauliflower, and quite a few different tomatoes. Again, a lot of these are my own or from Alan, and the ones in the envelopes there from the Shed Wars. And there's a whole lot of tomatoes in there for me to try to see if they're still viable. Radish there. And then a different lot of lettuce. I've been trying to swap the lettuce about. Harlequin sunflowers there from Bill and Val. I think that one is Alan's from the Dawn Chorus plot. And then again we've got some more from the Shed Wars, sunflowers, etc. Some bunching salad onions. Some of them aren't viable. We've already tried some and they haven't come about. I'll be planting some more of the Marath Mora for the Sunflower High Challenge. And then a few seeds there, carrot seeds. We'll start off in March in containers. So that's that. Some more finds. So we've got a nice piece of wood there. Another small bit there. And these two chunky bits here. I'll be using that and some other wood to create something a bit better for my trailer. I'm going to get a tow bar fitted to my car, so it saves me begging and borrowing my dad's car. And also jobs for March. I'll be cutting this tank. No, it's not a football pitch. We've showed you this before. It's for the Condor giant potatoes. So if you can imagine cutting the two circles out and then cutting round, leaving the gap there as a hinge, opening it up, put the potatoes in, put the compost in, grow, support, and then hopefully have a massive potato to take to the Malvern show. So that'll be coming up in March. And there's some more wood up there, which has come from a neighbour's garage, and he's got to take a load more down, so that'll be absolutely perfect for that cover for my trailer. Ooh, and there's the second barrel. I haven't marked it up because I want to see how the first one goes, and then I can copy it. So they're all back in the cassette. And I'll get on with that as soon as I can. And I always put this back into the cardboard box to reduce the amount of sunlight the plastic gets, to hopefully make it last a lot longer. Right, let's get off to the plot. So we're back up at the allotment now, and I'd like to be able to get these perennial kale planted up that a kind viewer sent to me. All my onions. I probably won't do nothing with the field green beans, the green manure, other than bury them in the beds. In the middle of the screen there we've got the Bunyard's exhibition broad beans, we'll get those planted, and the gourmet shallots, golden gourmet shallots, have now rooted, so we'll let them root and then we'll get those into a bed. Another find, or shall we say somebody's given me that, a brand new hose lock water sensor timer, so I'm going to try and use that here on this barrel that's stacked on top of the other one, ready for next year when we have the staging all done. I'd like to have done it this year, but I can't see that happening now. Not going to rush, but I would like to get the plastic, inner plastic in here, and it's been remarkably warm in here with that. And we'll continue to harvest the potatoes in the buckets until it gets to a point where they're already started growing. And they're the pink fir apples that we planted the 2nd of April. They've been in there nearly 11 months. Definitely need to sieve the compost, fasten it all in, and set up the irrigation system with the new timer that we purchased, and we can get the long roots sown. We'll have eight again this year, and we'll see how we do. So I need to get the Brussels and the kale out, and I'll get all my onions planted, and hopefully the claret sprouting broccoli will be producing, and we could be able to harvest that towards the end of March, hopefully. And I'll start harvesting the potatoes out of the permanent bed. I'm not sure whether I'm going to dismantle it this time or not. There's a lot of good soil in there. I've got the new pallet collars that we found or had given me, and I'd like to set them up at that end and work this way so that it's level with that row there, and eventually we'll have that one as row 1, row 2, and hopefully row 3. And during March I'll be keeping a close eye on the red Russian garlic, the elephant garlic, the walking onions, the opria, the grizzly shallots, golden gourmet shallots, and at the end some more shallots. Last year we topped these beds up, and I'll end up putting the wood back in now and creating the square foot garden. And as things grow we can start adding to the vertical garden using these black buckets. They sit in there just nice. And I must get the supports in here, similar to what we've got on the raspberries, just a little bit smaller, probably lower, but this has helped keep the raspberries nice and upright. And no, Mandamoo, I'm not doing the door on my cage this summer. I collected 2,600 litres roughly of fly-tipped compost, absolutely loads of it, a lot of it with the added perlite, some with just the cocoa coir. So I need to crack on with that, decide whether I'm going to create 2 beds with the pallet collars. I'm going to be sorting these out. These are going into the greenhouse grow room, and I'm going to use them up for the gravity fed rainwater guttering system. So we've got rain gutter all the way around this greenhouse, fed by that with a float. Worked really well this year. And I've just spotted the cobweb. You might not be able to see it. I'm not going in there. Get that sorted, see how many of those containers I've got. That was a good suggestion from Alan at the Dawn Chorus plot. Yeah, we just need to I need to sit down, lie down, and get all this compost sorted. And the compost with the added perlite will end up going in this what was supposed to be a manure bin. And of course we've got to repair the roof this month, as one of the storms 4 storms ago whipped that over. Must have pulled all the screws out, but never mind. Tezzy can fix it, hopefully. And I'm hoping to be able to start collecting some manure to get into this bin. It's what you call empty. And with 6 bags of leaves still left to go into this bay, I'll continue doing that as and when it settles. I don't stand on them, I don't trample them, them poor worms. Just let them settle on their own. And if they have to stay in these bags, they'll have to stay in the bags. But I like to clear this area so that I can clear some room, put a sheet down, and then start making my homemade compost. Using the material out of my compost bin, obviously the stuff's at the bottom. It's a massive, well, at least 1,200 litres. And this bin does have a runoff, and the runoff goes onto the leaves that you saw earlier. But by the time I've scraped from left to right, the top bit, we've got some cracking material down there. I'll be adding to it some of these root balls, some of the cocoa coir, some of the wood chips that we've got stacked there. We've took quite a few bags, I think 30 odd bags there. So there's plenty there to mix in with the mix. Some of the very soily material that we dug out before, which is stacked there. We'll add that to it as well. And then we can add from some of these bins. So this is my 2021 leaf mould. Cracking stuff. Retains the moisture really well. This here is my homemade compost from last year. You can see the lines, how we've topped it up. And what I do, I just grab it from the bottom, it all falls down and it mixes itself. So there's all sorts in there, including tea bags from a few years ago. I'll top this up with some of the compost with added perlite. These bins are about a cubic metre, so 1,000 litres. And I might be able to squeeze a little bit more compost in here at the cocoa coir. That's 70 litres just to top this one up. And I've been lucky enough not to have to dip into this, because this one was going down and I was getting worried that I wasn't going to get any more. But 2,600 litres will go a long way. And I believe the rats are in this bin, because they've been digging it out. These are wood chip paths, not too worried, but I'll have to give it a good bang and hopefully they'll leave. I haven't seen much activity, so the nest's probably there, and hopefully they'll move out. Now we're getting towards spring. And while we're on compost and added materials, I just need to top some of these pallet collar beds up. They all need a little bit. And the cardboard's rotting away nicely. And you can see there the worms absolutely love it. But what they don't like is light. So let's cover them back up and let them keep chewing away at that cardboard. Now you're probably going to say, how are you going to fit all that in 30 days? I don't know. Things can go wrong, like in February. We didn't get all the jobs done in February because I found that compost. We never know what's going to happen. We don't know how high the wind's going to blow. Am I going to be on call? And are we spending time putting our allotments straight, or just making them safe before it actually happens? But little and often, it's surprising what you can get done. Please remember, thumbs up, thumbs down for the interaction. Please leave me a comment. I love reading the comments and replying to all of them, and I get so many great ideas that I can put my own spin on and help you along on your growing spaces. We help each other, we learn all the time. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.